Hey guys, it's Chris Ortigan from the Faith Cave with your class for the week. Today we're once again talking about the Gospels, but the good news is that every Sunday the Gospel changes, so there's plenty of Gospel to talk about. Okay, sound good? So today we're going to talk about Lazarus. He is a friend of Jesus, a good friend, and his two sisters, Mary and Martha, were also good friends of Jesus. He came through that town before. A lot actually happened when they came through. They're featured in other Bible stories. And so this is kind of a return back to a place that he once was. So Jesus was traveling actually pretty far away from them. And even though Jesus was so far away, he knew that he wasn't just sick, but that Lazarus was dying. In fact, when he died, Jesus knew that already too. And he explained that to his disciples. And he said, I got to go back, right? And they said, that's a dangerous place for you to go. People tried to stone you back there. And Jesus said, I have to go because Lazarus died and they need me there. So he went all the way back. And when he gets there, the sisters are both happy and they're not. They both say the same thing, which is that if you were here, Jesus, they said, if you were here, this wouldn't have happened. If you were here, my brother would be alive right now, right? And Jesus, then, when he meets with them, begins to weep. He's sad. Even though both the sisters know that their brother will be resurrected and get to go to heaven one day, because that's what Jesus taught him. And even Jesus knows that that's going to happen one day. Jesus wept, and it shows that his heart was moved. And he says, take me to the tomb. They go to the tomb. He goes, open up the tomb, which is a cave with a big stone in front of it, right? And one of the sisters says, oh, it's been 4 days since he died. It's going to stink really bad, which is a big deal. That's a good reason not to open the tomb. But Jesus says, did I not tell you that if you believed, you would see the glory of God? And then she's like, whoa. And then he says, open the tomb. And he opens it. And then he talks to God. He says, God, thank you for listening. I know you always hear me. I'm really just saying this out loud so that everyone knows that you're the one who sent me. And then he says to Lazarus, he says, Lazarus, come out. And then all of a sudden, the Lazarus, who's still wrapped in all of his burial garments, essentially like a mummy, walks out, and he lives again. Jesus, it says that everyone who was there, not even just his friends, but everyone that had gathered around to see what would happen, then believed in God. That's the gospel story of Lazarus. It's a pretty cool one. It's one of the more action-packed stories. There's a lot going on there. And we're going to talk about that today. But before we do, let's play a game. All right? Let's go. Okay, here's what we're doing next. We're playing a game called Competitive Acting. So how this is going to work is I'm going to give you guys an emotion. And everybody in the room has to play. And you're all going to try and exemplify. You're going to try and show off that emotion. You're trying to act like that. All right? And the family, whoever's in the room, will pick which one of the people watching and acting did the best at that. All right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you one, and then whoever is in charge should pause the video. And then you guys act out and choose a winner. All right? And I'll tell you another emotion. And we'll do it a couple times. All right? Are you ready? Are you set? Everyone get loose? Get loosey-goosey? Okay, we're going to start with the first one. It's really simple. And it is happy. Pause the video now. All right. How'd you guys do? Do we have any good competitive actors? Don't worry, there's the warm-up round. There's the warm-up round. Okay, ready for the next one? It is sad. Pause the video now. Okay, how are we doing? Did somebody get 2 points? Are the points getting spread around? Who knows? I don't know. Only you do. All right, here we go. Here's the next one. Get ready for it. Get set. Frustrated. Pause. All right. I hope that went well. Here's the next one. It's kind of a complicated one. Let's see how you do. Let's see how you do. has to use the restroom real bad, but you're trapped in a car. Go! Okay, here's the last one. Hopefully, somebody hasn't pulled way ahead. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say you get 5 points for this. Whoa, it's anybody's game. All of a sudden, anybody could win it. Here is the last emotion. It is... We are going to go now and talk a little bit more about our topic, which was the Gospels. All right? Let's do it. Sometimes it feels like Jesus is someone in our lives who's always far away. Too far to really affect us, too far to really feel like someone real. Sometimes he feels like somebody who's just passing through. Maybe just in our lives on Sunday, but not really for the rest of the week. It can be hard to pray to somebody like this. It can be hard to trust in someone who's not really around much. Sometimes it feels like the things Jesus did and said in the Bible are happening really far away, really long ago. Maybe it's important, maybe it's good that they happened, but that was a long time ago. What does that really even have to do with us? Does anything we do or say matter to a God who is so big and important and lived on this earth so long ago? It could be easy to feel like Jesus is a guy who was here and did care, but then did his thing that was super important, saved us all, sure, but then he left. Just like with Mary and Martha, he was a big part of their lives, and he helped them, and then he left. Does he even really care what I'm doing now? What I'm going through now? What I'm praying about? What I'm feeling now? Who knows? Maybe not. But none of that is really true. You see, Jesus is as close to us as he can be. Even in the story, when we hear that Mary and Martha knew they would see their brother again because they knew he would be in heaven, just like Jesus taught them, they thought that that's all Jesus was going to be able to do. He said, if you were here to heal us at the time, then maybe he'd still be alive. But since you weren't, he's dead, and we'll see him in heaven. Now, Jesus knew that was true, too. He knew that Lazarus would be in heaven. That's why he was here. He came to save us. But he still not only brought Lazarus back to life, but it says in it that Jesus wept. It says that Jesus was actually sad. He was upset. It didn't say he shed a little tear. He was a little upset. It said he wept with Martha and Mary. What does that tell us about us? It says that Jesus isn't some far-off God who doesn't really care and already saved the day. That means he's someone that travels with us, that feels the same things we feel, that cares for every moment of our lives, and wants to do things to help us now, not just later, but help us now. Jesus is as close to us as possible. He's as close to our heart as possible. And when you're having troubles, he's someone who's going to listen. He's someone who's going to care. He's someone who's going to weep for you. And when you pray to him, even when you ask for something that might seem crazy, you know what? Sometimes he's going to answer those prayers. Because he cares. Because he weeps with us. He laughs with us. and he loves us. Mobo. Hi guys. So I know for a lot of us, a big part of our Sunday worship is giving on Sunday. And now that we're not going to church, it's easy to forget that. So I included a link in the description for online giving, so feel free to give there.